Hello, today we're going to be drawing a mind map self-portrait. So a self-portrait is a picture of you that you draw. A portrait is just a picture of a person. A self-portrait is a picture someone draws of themselves. And our mind map portrait is going to be a picture of you that's very imaginative. We're going to leave the top part of our head open, so to speak, and we're going to draw different things that you have interest in or that tell us something about your personality. So first we have to create our self-portrait. Now these can be as detailed or as abstract, more cartoon-like as you personally want them to be. You'll be drawing with a pencil, and I'm going to use a marker to demonstrate so you can see my lines more clearly. The first thing we have to do is we have to give a shape to our face. I recommend starting with a shape that looks like a really large letter U. I didn't quite leave as much space for a neck and shoulders as I usually do, so I'm still going to draw my neck. A neck is usually almost as wide as your face, maybe not quite as wide. A mistake a lot of people make is they make their neck super tiny, and that makes it look more like a bobblehead. So I'm going to make my neck, and then maybe I'll start to curve out down here to sort of start to show where my shoulders would be. Now that I've got my shape of my head, I need to add the features of my face. One of the things we can think about is facial proportions. My nose is going to be in the middle of my face, and we can estimate it'll be about in the middle this way too. So a nose is a good thing to start with, and there are lots of different ways to draw noses. You could draw a nose like part of a triangle. I'm going to draw my nose with some curved shapes. So I'm going to make a shape that slopes down and then curves around. And then to draw the shape of my nostrils, I'm going to make a little curve that kind of looks like parentheses. Alright, so I've got a shape for my nose. Now, I also need to add my eyes. They would obviously be a little bit above my nose. And I need to add my mouth, which would be below my nose. So my eyes would go about right here. Eyes can be a lot of different shapes, and it's okay if they're not the same. Art can take practice, and this is an opportunity for us to practice. So I've got some eyes. I'm going to add my pupils, which is a circle, but we can't see the whole circle. I'm going to add a little highlight to show some light reflecting. I'm sorry, this first circle is my iris. Now I'm going to add the pupil. The pupil is the small black part in your eye. So I'm going for a slightly cartoony style. It's not fully realistic, and that's okay. I'm also maybe going to add a little line up here to show the eyelid. If you wanted to add eyelashes, you can. That's an option. Down here, I want to draw my mouth. Before I do that, though, I'm going to add eyebrows. I think eyes without eyebrows. It's lacking context. The eyebrows frame the face. Now, I have blonde hair, so my eyebrows are very light, so I'm just going to do some kind of light, sketchy lines for my eyebrows. They're curving towards the edges of my face, because when I look at my face in the mirror, that's a detail I notice. For the mouth, you can draw lips. Maybe I'm just going to give myself a smile by making a line that's curved but a little mostly straight, and then another line that comes down here and curves even more. I could connect them if I want to. That's an option. I also need some ears. Ears go to the sides of your face, and the top of your ear should almost line up with where your eye is. If you put them too low, that would look funny. If you put them way at the top, that would look a little funny. So the top of your ear can line up with your eye. So I'm just going to do a really simple curve on the edge of my face. And ears from the side look almost flat like this. Now I get to think about what kind of hairstyle I have. If you have short hair, since we're going to do the mind map up here, you don't even have to add your hair. If you have long hair, you can think about how you would style it. You could draw a ponytail wrapping around the side of your face. I often wear my hair in a ponytail or pulled back, so maybe I'm just going to make some little lines that sort of wrap around the side of my head here. And that's why drawing in pencil is helpful. If you get to the point where you're starting to draw your hairstyle, you could erase this little line a little bit here. Of course, I've been drawing in Sharpie, so I can't erase. There we go. I've got some lines wrapping around to sort of show that my hair is being pulled back. Maybe I'll do a little curly, wispy part here. for fun. I could even, if I want to, draw an exaggerated version of my ponytail that's sort of coming down over the side of my head here if I wanted to. Alright, so we've got my face. Now is the fun and extra creative part, which is adding your mind map. Things that you like that are interesting to you that you personally connect to. I obviously am very passionate about art, so maybe I would want to draw a paint palette to represent that interest. You can think about things you like, maybe hobbies, things you enjoy doing in your free time, things you want to do in the future. You could draw things related to your favorite school subject. You could draw a spot that you could color in your favorite color if you have any animals that you like. I also have a pet cat, so maybe I'm going to draw a little cat head. Kind of a little funny cat. That's cute though. My cat has stripes. You can see I'm kind of rushing a little bit, but again, it's okay if it's in a more creative cartoon-like style. Anything else that you are interested in? Maybe you could draw something related to a place that you want to visit one day or take a vacation to. It's up to you to decide how you want to make your artwork creative and add things to your mind map. I'm really excited to see what you come up with, and after you've drawn all of your lines in pencil, then you will be using a marker to trace it. But it's best to draw in pencil first. That way, if you make a mistake, you can take the time to correct it. When you do start to trace in marker, it's going to be really important to work slowly and carefully so you can stay on top of the lines you drew. So when I'm tracing with marker, I would really slow down so I can follow the lines I've traced and do my best careful artwork. I'm excited to see your start of your mind map self-portrait.